And then the, yeah, anyway, yeah, that's like, if you use a scheduled event, you can have a lot more control over the process. If you actually need to use logic to determine like whether the next email needs to be sent or not, like with the evaluations, we don't do this, but if we, if we had a sale, you know, then we could cut off the future emails, kind of thing. But I mean, we just do that with delete. All right, so I'm going to talk briefly about the envelope, and I think this is what what people actually call it. But the in an SMTP, in a normal email message, we you know, we're all familiar with the headers of the email message, and the email messages show you who the email is to and who the email is from, and the subject and all that information. And it seems like, you know, it's like, here's a message from Carrie that was sent to me. It seems fairly definitive, you know, fairly obvious. But the headers really don't. It's like they really don't tell you who the message is from and who the message is to. Like this message I received earlier this week is to, it's not to me at all, it's to Lassotalk, you know, and it's from Mark Palmer. It's like, and this message actually went from Mark to the list server, and this is a message to me from the list server. You know, it's like, so it's just, it's like these actually don't mean anything at all. And so the question is, like, where is the actual recipient listed? It's like, I'm not listed there, but this message is shown up in my email client. And the recipients are in the SMTP envelope. Just like on a normal letter, I mean, you have your letterhead, and then there's the actual envelope controls where the postal service delivers the letter, not the address that you printed on the contents of the letter. So this is kind of how it looks. This is the kind of transcript of the communication between Lasso and an SMTP server, and we see you connect and you authenticate, and then you say mail from, and you give it an address, and then you say receipt to, and the address on that server where the message is going to go. Then data, and you include all the data. But what's easy to do is something like this. We can say mail from me, receipt to me, and then we have this completely fictional message. And this becomes a hilarious message inbox. And we, I mean, this, you know, people did this all the time, I think, in college, you know. It's like, hey, you got a message from me? So the question is, though, how can we do that using Lasso? And what we want to do is we want to separate Lasso when you use the email send tag, and this is what your email client does as well. The envelope matches the headers of the email message, which is, for personal email, that's the only, you know, that's the right thing to do, but as a business, sometimes you want to do different things. So if we want to send this joke message, though, what we need to do is we need to separate the actual email, the formatting of the email headers from the envelope. And in Lasso, the email compose tag creates the format of the email. And so here we create a joke message. And then the email queue tag puts the email message in the SMTP queue, and that's where it gets the information for what ultimately the envelope. So here, it's like I've addressed the message to Steve Jobs, but when I actually queue the message, I say that I'm the recipient. And but basically, like, this is what the BCC header does. The BCC header is never put into your message. When you send a BCC message, it's like the BCC is knocked out of the compose, and it only ends up in the bottom part. So BCC is the way that they've, in the standard, they made this easy to do for everyday people. But BCC in particular doesn't allow you to change the from address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you do this, can you still personalize the contents of the email?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, this can be, email compose takes, it's like email compose takes exactly the same parameters as email send, so all the same parameters work. And then, it's like, but email send, email queue kind of also takes the same parameters as email send. So what email send does internally is it passes all its parameters to email compose, and then passes all its parameters to email queue. And so compose takes the recipients, the subject, the body, all that stuff, and then queue takes like the host parameter, all those sorts of things. And so kind of just a division layer of it.
So, question.
Yeah.
That means a reply to address is the Bill Gates at Microsoft.
Yeah, this
If you
would,
receive the mail, it's reply to is Bill Gates.
yeah,
You don't
in
see
your
the
email
envelope.
client, this would appear to be from Bill Gates.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you might use this, but this is what like the list server does.
So well,
It
it's
doesn't-
reply, it goes to
It sends the message to me down here, but the message is from like Mark Palmer, for example.
You click here, reply. Goes
So,
to Bill Gates.
but it also includes a reply to back to the list. So but so it's like if you wanted to do something like a list server, you need to do this kind of thing in order to make it happen. And then I just want to mention that this is the, it's, you know, it's possible to be fundamentally evil, but we, although Lasso is would be a great way to send spam. Let's see, so I'll just, I'll take another minute here and just talk quickly about HTML, email. Probably most people are aware of this, but you can send HTML email with Lasso, and but it's really simple. If you want to send a message, you want to send your newsletter, the body tag is the text version of your message, and if you include an HTML tag, that'll be the HTML version of the message. So here we have the HTML versions in bold, and you just format that however you want. So it's real simple to do this. I'd always recommend using a text part, using both body and HTML when you do this. And then also, it's pretty easy to embed images as well. In HTML email, I mean, one technique is to use like a web bug, or just to reference images on your server. It's easy to do. You can also include an HTML images tag.
Don't you need the path in the HTML array as well? The array?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that path has to
Correspond.
yeah.
So that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably lost it. Yeah, you made a slash there.
Don't click it.
Yeah, and then
Write that down here.
that's right. Yeah. Take them. Yeah. And then the but what Lasso does internally is it looks through your message and it looks for image source tags and it'll replace them, which is why it needs source. This is actually going to look for source equals slash, and then it replaces those with CID. So this becomes an inline attachment, and then the CID tells email clients that to look for an inline attachment that has this name and display that as the image. I think all modern HTML clients that do HTML at all will do this. And you can also you can do things programmatically rather than if you just specify a file name, Lasso will look for it for you. But you can also specify data. I use file read here, but this could come out of a database or be a constructed image or something. So it's just nice that you can do things. You don't have to if you're going to construct an image. We've tried to make it so you don't have to write it to disk and then reference it, because that becomes a pain in the neck. So if you want to pull an image out of a database or something, you can do things for it. But I don't have a slide for it, but this works for attachments as well. You can add attachments to your messages. So anyway, that's about all I have.